Yeah, review. Hello, everyone.
Indeed it is. Hello.
First episode of 2019.
Yes.
And we
The...
thought we'd hit you, sorry,
Come on.
with our best and worst albums, songs of 2018, as well as a couple other categories that we'll get to later. But
Some
basically,
juice, might I add.
yes. And as I said at the beginning, this is the year review. So, should we kick this off with the worst song of the year?
Yeah, let's get the bad out of the way first. Now, worst song of the year was a tough one for me. Picking one because I'd heard a fair few bad ones. As if you listen to the other podcasts, you'll know that I'm not a fan of every single song and every project, which is normal. But after I went for a long walk in order to find myself and really delve into these thoughts I had regarding this topic, and I came to the conclusion that my personal worst song of 2019 was Swerve on 'Em, the closer to Action Bronson's album White Bronco.
Jeez.
Because it ruins the end completely. It ruins the album. There are some dodgy songs in there, like one or two, but for the most part, it is a stellar project. There are some parts of it that I really like. And that final song, that closer, has no reason being on that album, has no reason being on it. Were it on the album, in that place as the closer, no. I detest it. And that's my least favorite one because it ruins the project.
I had at number one a similar song in that it was a single for the album that I was looking forward to, and it was absolutely terrible. But this one had in my opinion, a recipe for success. It had a decent beat. It had a Kendrick Lamar feature, but it was absolutely terrible. And the fact that it was the closer on the album makes even less sense. And that for me is going to J-Rock with Win. The hook on this song is awful. The flow is a joke. And I can't believe it exists.
No. 2018. I'm glad you're gone.
For these, at least.
Yeah. These. Ugh.
I mean, it's obnoxious and it's bad at the same time.
Yeah, Swerve on 'Em is obnoxious as well. I think it just can't be understated how important a closing song of an album is. If you don't realize producing one, then you're an idiot. It ties together all the ideas that have been flowing through the album, and it's where it all culminates. And you want to send it off with a bang, you know, and just Swerve on 'Em is so bad.
Yeah, both these songs are also singles, so having a single as a closer doesn't make any sense.
No, stupid. Especially when the previous two singles were, at good points midway into the album, or like first third, and then into the second third.
Now these singles on J-Rock's album are placing the opener and the closer.
That's fucking retarded.
Although the opener was really good, so yeah, I mean, whatever.
So,
top 5 worst albums 2018. Are you gonna do your list first?
I picked out a word. Oh, actually no. I have a. Okay, yeah, I could do 5. I could do 5.
Alright, number 5, I've got Bobby Tarantino 2 by Logic.
Okay, 5 for me is Options by Lil B.
What the hell?
I just didn't like it at all. It was not a pleasurable listening experience for me. I don't get the
Mate,
Lil B one.
Lil B is the reason hip hop exists.
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna have to disagree with you on that. Okay.
Number 4. Alright then. I've gone with Sting and Shaggy with 44876. I tried to listen to it, but I couldn't stop laughing. It was just a bunch of bad reggae songs.
I've got Quavo Huncho.
Oh man.
No, I just found it's outstayed its welcome, and I haven't listened to it since. Like, it's way too long, way too long, and a lot of the songs aren't even that catchy or memorable.
That's kind of true. The thing is, I go out sometimes listening to something I know I'm going to hate just to shit on it. I don't think you do that really, do you?
No.
So I think my list's quality is going to be a lot worse than yours. But anyway, all right, Quavo Huncho. Number 3, I've gone with the trap album by a cyborg. This is Nav with Reckless. It's just the most generic piece of shit you'll ever hear. And the only good thing about it is the features from Lil Uzi Vert, Travis Scott, and Quavo. Which even then are pretty generic feature choices. So, I mean, there you go.
I don't hate the album for my third, but I'm gonna put it there. I'm gonna put controversial opinion. It's purely personal though. Gonna put The Ooze by King Cruel in there. It's because it wasn't what I wanted it to be. It had a fair few tracks in there which just weren't what I was expecting, and some of them are just terrible. There's some great tracks like Dumb Surfer and Biscuit Town's pretty good, but then a lot of it like is it's a step away from 6 Feet Beneath the Moon, and I don't know if it's 6 Feet Beneath the Moon isn't flawless either, but I'm not sure if if I'm liking the direction that he went in that album.
Okay. Number 2, I've gone with Lil Xan, Total Xanarchy.
I
This
haven't
is
listened, but I'm sure it's.
I mean, this made Melon's number 1, but I don't think this is as bad as my number 1. I mean, it's just the laziest, most pointless trap album, and he got quite a few good name features on here, like 2 Chainz, Ray Shrimmer, Charlie XCX. I just have no idea how, because this thing is appalling.
Yeah.
And his voice is so irritating. The beats are so bland, apart from the Diplo one that he should never have been allowed to touch. I mean, this just shouldn't exist, in my opinion. So I wouldn't recommend listening to it for anyone.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on that. I haven't listened to it, but I'm sure it's terrible, and I do not like Lil Xan.
You don't like Lil Xan? He
No,
sounds like he's about to fall asleep, just like I
he
did
needs
there.
to fall asleep. He needs some water.
What about you? Second worst?
No, I'm agreeing with you on Lil Xan.
Oh, is yours number 2 as well?
Yep,
Ah,
don't like him.
what a guy. He's one of those weird ones that has face tats, but he doesn't have tattoos anywhere else. What's that all about?
My number one least favorite. I'm gonna look through our previous 1 second. I might get reminded of one. Continue, Tom. Tom, what's your worst one and
Okay,
why?
my least favourite is by a guy who has become fairly irrelevant. He at one point was quite big in hip hop. He actually did have a hit this year. But mine's going to go to Tiger with Kyoto. Now this is a album where he decided to go R&B,
Mm-hmm.
so he sang on every song, and it is absolutely awful. The artwork is disgusting. The singing is appalling, and the only thing to like about this is a random Gucci Mane feature that I don't know why he decided to jump on this. But yeah, I was just thinking of all the awful albums I'd listened to, and I knew as soon as I saw that a Tiger album was trending that it had to be bad because no one cares about Tiger anymore. But he went to Japan, decided to sing. I mean, what the fuck? This is appalling. Who would okay this?
Um.
I mean, man. Anyway, over to you. I don't want to get it
I'm
any
just
more of a
trying to
migraine.
remember. I'm trying to remember the project. It was I think it's on one of the SoundCloud episodes, but I remember being. It was an R&B. It was trap instrumentals and R&B singing, and it didn't work.
Oh, Usher.
Yes, the Usher project. That's gonna be my worst. I just really didn't like that at all. Listening to it, and then yeah, didn't like that at all. And I really wasn't a big fan of some of the. I loved Mama on Dummy Boy. I listened to that song. I bumped that song, but like most of Dummy Boy is just such shit. It's so vapid. You know, I can do without that. So I guess because Usher's was only an EP, there's gonna be a join between most of Dummy Boy and the Usher EP.
Okay, so Tiger, you actually won something this year,
Mm-hmm.
and Usher and Takashi as well.
Takashi won Jail Time.
Well, hey, what more could you want?
Okay, and now we're gonna. So we've got the bad out of the way, all right? Now, among the bad, there is also good. You
A
know?
lot of good, I'd say. This was a
Yeah, it
far
was.
harder category for me. I think the bad shit stood out.
Yeah, it was a stellar year for music. So,
Or
best
has the
single.
bar just been lowered?
What
Got my
are you
cynical
trying
hat
to say? Um. Okay, best single. You first.
Oh, I've done the top five again. Are we just going to go straight to number one, or can I do a little build up?
You can do a little build up. I've generally gone for like a few. I wasn't sure if we were doing a top five for the album or. Never mind.
I've done five for all of them. Okay. So, in at number five, I have Jauvert by Brockhampton.
I agree. God damn. A bloody good single at that.
Number
Really?
four, I have Blaxploitation by No Name.
Haven't
What a
heard her.
song. You haven't heard Room
Haven't,
25? Oh,
no,
man.
no.
At number three, I've gone with the most fun song of the year, Power Glide by Ray Shrimmer featuring Juicy J. Apparently, according to my phone, it's 6 minutes long, but I couldn't tell you that. It flies by. It's great.
Mm.
With the Power Glide. At number two, I've gone for the funkiest hip hop song of the year, What's the Use by Mac Miller featuring Thundercat, Sid, and Snoop Dogg.
God damn.
But my number one has gone to the best pan flute sample usage of the year, the best hip hop to grime crossover of the year. That's Praise the Lord, brackets,
Oh,
The Shine, featuring Skepta by ASAP Rocky. Best single of the year, in my opinion.
God damn. Yeah. I can't argue with that. It also has a very, very, very good music video. Better than it's obviously like inspired by the Damn music video a bit, and it surpasses it. It's a great, great single. That Praise the Lord.
Skepta produced it as well. Fire.
Oh fuck. Well, I agree with like they all sound good, especially Jouvert and Praise the Lord. My top one is 1539 North Calver by JPEG Mafia though.
Ooh, that's a tune.
Yeah, it's the opener on the album. I was just blown away by the song when I listened to it the first time. It got me hooked on his music, and it's just bloody amazing. It's just, it's the perfect mix of glitchy and catchy, and it sets the tone well for the entire album. It's released as a single later, and the music video is great for it. It's the one. It's the most accessible. I'd say it's the most accessible of all the songs on the album. And where better a place to put it than as the opener? And I just can't get it out of my head. It's such a great chord progression, and it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. I love the song. Then my other one which I feel not necessarily as catchy or as not necessarily as catchy, and but an important song I'd say, which sort of yeah, I'd say an important song, especially for the year. And that's you're right, Tom. What's happening
Yeah,
there?
I don't know.
It's
Do
the
carry
Man
on.
by Idols off of their album Joy as an Act of Resistance.
Mm.
It's all about just like people being free, and it's against homophobia, and it's against toxic masculinity, and it's an important song for the year, and it's pretty cool, and it's catchy as well.
And I did have a lot of trouble with this one, mainly because I thought that one band had the best singles rollout, but I couldn't really pick one that I liked the most. So I'd like to also give an honourable mention to the Internet's free singles,
Hmm.
Roll, Come Over, and La Di Da, because I couldn't really pick any of them out or put them
Yeah,
in this list, but I thought they probably had the best singles,
I'm
but the
gonna say
album perhaps
I
didn't live up to it as much.
no. Well, I think the problem with that was they released all of these really funky sim. Well, I mean, like roll Golden Funky, such a funky song, and then but they're a funk band that don't do all of their songs in funk, and I don't get that. I don't get that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
It's
They
more than just doing
they
some.
led us into thinking there was just going to be an hour of funky jams, and it
Yeah,
wasn't the case.
no, it wasn't at all. It really didn't live up to the expectations. Why release that as a single to set people's expectations there if you're just gonna half go through it? I think they should release a concept album which is fully funk, or an EP of full funk.
I'd love
That's
a
what
funky theme,
yeah, to
but
test the
that's a story for another day.
mm. Okay, now best album.
Ooh, lead the
I mean,
way, my friend.
is there really at all any competition?
Are we
It's
going to go?
by Playboy Carti.
I love Dilet, but it's only come second on my list in the end.
Fuck. Well,
Have
I
you done a
haven't.
top five or not for this
Sorry.
one? Have you done a top five for the best album?
No, but I'll have a top five now. Well, I just put Dilate is up there, but no, it was a I mean, Dilate is really good. In the top five, it's there because I just bump this album so regularly. It's so catchy. It's dreamy. It's it's poppy and
It's an experience.
it's for beautiful people. That's who Cardi makes music for. And I'd say like overall my favorite album of this year is um Veteran's up there too. Veteran is just like a masterpiece. I just I can't stress it enough how bloody good it is. It's ah it's not Death Grips. I don't like you can't compare you can compare Peggy and Death Grips, but Peggy is more grounded in reality, less abstract, more catchy, more satirical, and cutting, I'd say, than Death Grips. Death Grips are an avant-garde art piece. And JPEG Mafia is like satire. I think is great, and I'm really happy that I found him through this album, and that he is now receiving the praise that he is deserving of. Because he's really making waves. If you're following his Instagram, like he's posting stuff on there every day about people writing articles about him, and it's going well for him. I'm happy for Peggy, and I want to see him live. Okay.
I did listen to Veteran, and I thought it had some very good songs in it, like Real and the opener, which I can't remember the name because it's so long and random.
1539 North Calvert.
But it's not in my top 5. I
No.
originally had Daytona at number 1 at one point, but it has trickled its way out of the top 5 completely because I just felt that of all the 7-track projects, it was the one that felt the most brief, and perhaps it worked against him. We could have done with more material, but I digress. So at number 5, I've gone for an album we reviewed not very long ago. Some Rap Songs by L Sweatshirt.
Oh yes, I agree.
At number 4, I've gone with the funkiest rap album of the year, Swimming by Mac Miller. Just a real man making real raps for real people.
Mm-hmm.
And if you like a producer, he's probably on there. At number 3, I've gone for Kids See Ghosts.
Yep.
Just a great set of songs. Kid Cudi and Kanye jamming.
Yeah.
Number 2, Died Lit. Playboy Cardi. Just every time I listen to this album, I have a new favourite song. At the moment,
Yeah.
it's Love Hurts, but I mean,
I just
Lean for Real, Shooter,
yeah. People have been
No
remixing
Time.
stuff a lot, and there's some really good remixes on YouTube.
Of what, sorry?
Love Hurts. It's got some really good remixes on YouTube.
Oh, man.
I like Poke It Out with Nicki Minaj and
Yeah,
Flatbed. Oh.
Fatbird Freestyle as well. But mine just pipped at number 1, and I've been listening to these 3 albums, like the top 3, and I couldn't pick them apart, but I think I've done it in the end.
Mm-hmm.
It's just everything was such a surprise because I didn't look anything up, and I think that only added to my experience. The beat switches were incredible. The first 9 songs are faultless, and even then they tail off in quality a little bit, but they're still very good and very listenable. It's only 59 minutes long, and that is Travis Scott's Astro World, my
Oh,
number 1.
you're number 1. Bloody hell. I would have put it third on mine.
Because I can just listen to Stargazing,
Yeah,
Carousel, Sicko Mode, RP Screw.
yeah.
Stop trying to be God. Oh man. And then you got some more dingy jams, you got some trap bangers, you got some just wild ideas like Yosemite,
Mm-hmm.
which had a little music meme in it as well, Nav being really quiet. I mean, it's just, for me, it was the album I definitely listened to the most
Yeah.
and has the most replay value for me. Although I would happily listen to any of these top 5 and a whole bunch of other albums as well over and over again. I think this year when it was good, the music was very good.
Yeah, yeah, I'll second that opinion. And yeah, I mean, we didn't review Astro World, but yeah, it was a bloody good album when it came out. It's still obviously. It's yeah. Okay. So the next category is
Mic check.
producer. I have one, like best producer. You
Oh,
know?
I've gone with the top 5 again. So should I go from 5 to 2, and then we both say who number 1 is?
Yep, yeah.
Okay, so 5, I've gone for DJ Dahi. He featured quite heavily, got a lot of praise in our last episode. Number 4, I've gone for Kate Trinada. We've praised him a lot over the weeks.
Yep.
Number 3, Kenny Beats. He was everywhere. I swear to God. Ever since I discovered who Rico Nasty was, I've been aware of Kenny Beats. But he did all the best beats on Freddie, all the best beats on FM with Vince Staples. And like anytime someone had a single, it had a Kenny Beats beat on it.
Yeah.
Crazy. Similar story with Tay Keith. I mean, I had that watermark on most songs as well. Just fire beats. And okay, number 1. Have I said your guy already?
No, you haven't. You haven't.
Okay. Do you want to take it away?
I mean, now that you were talking about Kenny Beats, I mean, I've definitely heard more Kenny Beats songs than I have this guy's, but it's just
Quality over quantity as well. Don't forget that.
yeah, yeah. I've put The Alchemist as my number 1.
Ooh,
Um,
damn! I've just realised I've snubbed The Alchemist.
yeah. Oh, it's alright. I'm sure he'll understand.
Sorry, Alan.
Dude, Betty, it's just all the beats. I can listen to every single song over and over again, and the beats never get old. It's so much fun. And Bread as well was an excellent EP.
And he did a lot of good beats on that West Side Gun album as well. Alchemist had that single with Schoolboy Q and West Side Gun Conway. It was really good as well. But he's not in my number 1 spot. That man, he released 5 albums produced by himself in 5 weeks. He also did a very underrated beat for Christina Aguilera where he chopped up a Michael Jackson sample. My producer of the year is Kanye West.
Oh,
I just
yeah,
thought about it and I was like, he did so many amazing beats this year.
and he did
Cop
so
Shot the
much.
Kids.
So busy,
Mm.
and he helped. He was everywhere. Yeah, he was even on Dummy Boy and made the best song in it.
He was on Dummy Boy, although he wasn't a producer on Dummy Boy.
Ah, well, my bad.
And he produced the most popular meme song of the year, I Love It. So
Yeah,
Kanye is mine, Alchemist is yours. And that is all there is to it. Wait, we missed out best EP. Should we do that now?
yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to sound panicky there. It does
Don't
sound like a
worry.
big deal. All right, how have you laid this out?
I'm just gonna think about the EPs that. Okay, no, my best EP.
Okay.
Did it sound? Was it the K Tornado one? Was that a single?
No, that was EP.
Then the K Tornado one. I really loved that. All the beats were so fun, and it's like I felt it's a house EP, and it's really good. I got into house music this year, to like doing some DJing or learning how to do it, and I just really loved listening to it, and I was very happy that such a prominent and good producer was enticed to make that sort of a lo-fi house project. as I said in the episode, we talked about it, and yeah, it's my favorite.
Okay, well, I've done a top 5 again. At number 5, I've gone for J Hus, Big Spang. He went in a bit more of an experimental direction. He had a hit off this called Darth Vader, but he also did like a song called Dancing Man, which had a fantastic bass line on it. And I mean, he got arrested twice this year, but he also did release a good EP. Number 5. At number 4, I've gone for Nothing Like You, Chances as well. Kate Trinada.
Mm-hmm.
You can listen to the instrumentals and the songs because it comes with both. Very thoughtful of you, Kate Trinada.
He's a good
And,
guy.
At number 3, I've gone with Black Thought and Knife Wonder's Streams of Thought. Just bars over some amazing beats. At number 2, I've gone with the beautiful Brent Fires' EP Lost. He's just a great singer, man. He's so underrated. But number 1, we reviewed it a couple months ago. I've gone for IDK and Friends.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. That was really good. That was a really good project. It was solid. I thought it was I thought it was an album. But no. My bad. Oof. Yeah.
Never mind. We'll get him next time.
Yeah.
Any other
I love
EPs you'd like to shout out? Oh, sorry.
No, I just want to talk about IDK and Friends briefly. Like, as far as openers go, like, it's such a good one. The bass. I bumped that song very, very many times over over the weeks, and it was really, really, really good. Yeah, very strong. That's how you do an opener right there, and that's how you do, like, I guess, an EP. I thought it was an album. My bad. Uh, I don't know. I thought it was a really short album. Okay. So now it's gonna be best feature. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've just got the one, all right. Otherwise, I could have. I was confused with how we were laying this out. I thought the top 5 was it going to be a different podcast.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. It's all my fault. So I want to shout out. Well, no, it's not a feature. Anyway, don't worry. Ignore me. My best feature of the year is IDK on Doma Genesis is
Oh,
yeah project. I I shall have the song. It was on
Creep Show.
Group Show. He comes in and he just goes so hard for his entire feature. It blew me away. Completely blew me away. I was I was knocked down on the street. I was flying backwards into stuff. It actually blew me away. You know, people got hurt. And I mean, it complemented the beat really well. I was getting some MF Doom vibes from it, and it was beautiful, beautiful. That's how you do a feature. Although I guess he showed up Domogenesis, so potentially not the best way to do a feature, but bloody good one.
I've done this differently to that. I've done it as best features and the best person who did the best features rather than the best
Ah,
singular one. But
okay.
I could see why I worded that badly. So I'm going to quickly say that if we're using that category, I'd probably go with Drake on Look Alive because it was a Block Boy JB song, but I don't think anyone would know that because he does an amazing hook and an amazing verse, and it was one of the first singles of the year. And the Melon said it would probably go down as one of his favourites, and he actually didn't even put it on his list, which I thought was a bit ridiculous
Yeah,
because it was amazing.
you got to go through your old. You got to go through your catalog.
Yeah, that's why this is so tricky. And you end up seeing stuff from June onwards usually dominating.
Yeah.
But if would you be able to think of someone who you thought was doing the best features of the year?
Could you go through yours and then I'll come back to you on that?
Of course. So number 5, I've gone for Frank Ocean. He only did 3 on Carousel and the 2 ASAP Rocky tracks, one of which was an amazing rap verse.
Hmm.
So I've gone for definitely quality over quantity there. Although number 4 is on here mainly for the quantity because Gunner, he did over 20 features this year,
Yeah.
which is just insane, and released 2 projects. I mean, just madness. The guy has been busy. Number 3, I said his name a minute ago. Drake, he didn't have a bad feature this year. No one got him to sing the hook for once as well, which is rare. He rapped the hooks or just rapped brilliant verses. And he gave a lot of young people features as well, which was always nice to see. At number 2, I went for Travis Scott for the same thing. Just dominated the features, but I think he stood out a little more for my money. But number 1, every time this guy appeared on a song, and again, this wasn't a lot of the time, but every time he appeared on the song, whether it be Nuketown by Ski Master Stump God or Yacht Club with Lil Yachty, or that freestyle he did with Trippie Redd, I just feel like Juice WRLD, he came in and he killed every feature he was on, and he was on about 9, so it wasn't like he didn't do any features, but not only were his features great, they were also nothing like his solo material.
Yeah.
Which made it even more wild for me. And for me, he had to be number 1.
That's fair enough. I mean, I think going through everything, Travis Scott's a good shout, and then but now I've thought long and hard about this over the past few minutes,
I
and
understand.
I'm gonna call it best feature, like Bruno Mars. Come
Oh
on.
shit!
um, no. I'm gonna say I think Pusha T on when he came in he was on he was on the IDK project, wasn't he? IDK and Friends.
Sorry, I missed that. You cut out.
Um, then don't worry. I think I'm gonna stick with IDK on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, go for it, man.
Yeah. No. I mean Kanye was really good on I was surprised by Nicki Minaj and Cardi B this year though. I'd never listened to their stuff before. And I still during this year, like I never listened to their solo material. They just didn't interest me. But I mean Kanye was great on Mama. And then Nicki Minaj was really, really good on it. Her when she had the chorus and when she did a verse, I really, really liked it. I thought it added to the song. It was the perfect condiment to the song, so to speak. And Cardi B on the Lil Yachty project, on was it on the Smoke? It was the
Mhm.
single from that. Cardi B was really, really good on that as well. So, um, I want to list. I want some more singles like that from them, and it's just good to hear women in the game too. That's cool. So I put them up there too, but I wouldn't be able to give you someone whom I know I've heard on a lot of things. That's all. My bad.
Yeah, man. I think Kanye's a good shout. He's been everywhere.
Yeah,
Same with Cardi, to be fair.
and yeah, with that, we'll move on to the next.
All right, where are we going?
Best hook.
Ooh,
Now I have
I've only got one as well.
I have three.
Ooh, lead the way, my friend.
So to begin, it is 1999 Wildfire. It is mwah, very catchy, and it's a bit of a weird one. It's not I don't know. It couldn't really be an anthem. It's a bit, but everyone would still like know the words anyway. It's a weird hook, but it's catchy and it just sounds good, and I like it. Um, Second one, Nicki Minaj on Mama with 6ix9ine. I just don't know why that song goes with me so well, but I really love that song.
You're
And
not the only one. It's an amazing song.
yeah, best hook of 2018 goes to Bobby Caldwell. What You Won't Do for Love.
Oh shit!
Yes, banger, right there.
Damn.
So yeah, that's mine.
I've gone for a song that me and you know very well.
What You Won't Do for Love.
Unfortunately not.
Oh god.
Mainly because that song came out a long time ago.
Yeah.
In 1991. So you're a bit late to that party. But I will lead you on no longer. I've gone for Steve Lacy's hook on Kelly Uchis's Just a Stranger. Because she wants my $100 bills, she don't want love. It's the catchiest shit you'll hear all year.
Oh. Yeah, it's a good one.
Apart from Kiki, do you love me? But you don't want that in your head. She wants my $100 bills. She don't want love.
Yeah. Or there's the Tyrant hook was pretty good as well. It was a good year for hooks. It was a good year for hooks.
I would also throw Stop Trying to Be God's hook in there by BJ the Chicago Kid. I thought that was anthemic as well in its own way.
Oh, that's definitely an anthem. Yeah, you're right there. And then okay, one.
But I think you got a good shout there, Bobby Caldwell.
I mean, and it leads perfectly on to the next category, the most important category, the category which is it's
the backbone of music.
The backbone of music, and it perfectly encapsulates what music is in the 2010s, the mid to late 2010s. All right? Best meme.
Ooh.
Now, as I said, perfectly segueing into this is "What You Won't Do for Love" by Bobby Caldwell, popularized in the with Bobby Shmurda, political prisoner himself,
Free Bobby.
Free Bobby. In his music video for I've forgotten what the song was, but his hit.
Hot Nibber.
Yes. And you see him busting some sexy moves. The
money dance.
To Bobby Caldwell, and it's
worth a watch, my friends.
So funny, and everyone in the comments is saying, "What is this song? What is this song? What is this song?" And then Free Bobby Shmurda, political prisoner. And it was a great meme. It's not even like particularly a good meme. It's just a good song, and it works well. It is completely antithetical to like what the gang violence music of Bobby Shmurda was, and it's just one of our like finding love. And Bobby Shmurda's dancing pretty smoothly to it on in time, so it's beautiful. And then my second meme is sicko mode.
Oh,
It's a bit of a normie meme, but what I've started seeing is people using sicko mode in their titles when describing something. And I think it's got some nuance to it. So there you go. As
now
well as
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
no, go on.
I'm torn for my one between two memes, but I think I'm gonna go with "I Love Fridays," the Maya Khalifa diss track, which brought
Oh,
on the
yeah, yeah,
the TikTok.
yeah.
Hit or
That
miss?
definitely
I
never
guess I
missed.
never miss, huh?
Yeah,
You got a
that's it.
boyfriend? I bet he doesn't kiss ya. What a
Oh,
meme!
what a meme.
Your little anime babe dancing as well. Again, like the Bobby Schmurder dancing to Bobby Caldwell meme. Video very necessary. Otherwise, well, I mean the Bobby Caldwell song's good. This isn't good without the video.
No.
Why would you diss Maya Khalifa, man? This doesn't make sense.
I believe they had some beef, the rapper and Mia Khalifa. But, like, I'm not sure. I don't know why he dissed Mia Khalifa. She's given many young men and women
A
things that
childhood.
good and a childhood. She's really the Mother Teresa of the 2010s.
That's a fair. That's a fair point, I'd say. If I wasn't gonna go for I Love Fridays, I was toying between that and Bitch Lasagna, but in the end, Bitch Lasagna was only really funny for a little bit with all the racist comments it made. And racism isn't funny, so.
it's not. And here's another meme shout out. All the all the love that people been giving Playboy Carti since Dialect, saying, saying,
Mm.
saying that Playboy Carti makes music for pretty people, and that Playboy Carti is inventive music, which we found this is in fact true, and just Dialect and Playboy Carti, like it's not a meme. It's a
But it
good
isn't
album,
me.
but it is also a meme, and it's good. So there we go. Shout out, Playboy Carti. Please come on the podcast.
Oh, yes. Did
Love
you
you.
see how he finessed Iggy Azalea out of a Lambo?
Oh my god, the man's a savage. He could be that savage and make dreamy, beautiful music as well.
Mm.
He truly is a Renaissance man. Okay, now final category under Tom.
Hello.
Lynn.
I think you lost connection there. Can you say that again for me? Sorry.
The final category is underappreciated.
Now, I've been toying with about 3 projects in my head.
Okay,
My head's been a torture chamber for
let me
about a week.
let me open up your head and have a
Yes,
look.
maybe you should lead the way, or if not, I will happily bring to the
Okay, I'll
forth.
lead the way. No
Nice,
problem.
nice.
Now I'm not sure if it. I know it released a lot of. I know it received a lot of praise, but I just haven't heard people talking about it as much as I would want. I haven't heard people talking about him as much as I would want. Whenever I
Uh,
show his music, they're like, "What? I've never heard of him. He's really cool." And I think his album that he dropped this year, which we reviewed, was a step in a different direction and a step in the right direction. A divergent path.
Joji?
God no. No. Um FM by Vince Staples.
Oh!
Yeah. It's a hard trap album from this guy who was dropping previously interesting alternative rap tracks with some EDM beats at times, and it bangs. It really truly bangs, and there are some amazing, amazing songs on it. And the closer is haunting and holds in it, and throughout it, it is a perfect closer. It encapsulates the themes of the album with gang violence, and it's a somber note to end on it, on a meditation on it. And how they're losing friends, they're like people dying, like real people, and he's writing the songs about it, and then thinking about it and talking about it, and it's really bloody good, and I'm sure it has received praise. I think Melon gave it a lot of praise, and it was received well by critics. But I want people to know Vince Staples, and I want people to love him as much as I love him. I don't want people to love him as much as he deserves to be loved. So there
I
you go.
think this got hit by the classic millennial reaction of, "Oh yeah, this shit's fire." Then the next week something else came out and no one listened to it again.
Yeah. Too vapid.
And I think the same fate fell of my album. In fact, I don't think it was even received that well, and it got a lot of hate, including from the Melon. But
Speeding bullet to heaven.
oh,
No, I'm joking.
I mean that was for another time, maybe. Maybe when we do a classics review. But anyway, this album got a lot of hate. It got very mediocre reviews. Like Pitchfork gave it a 6. I mean, not that they're anything to go by, but sort of giving an idea. I've gone for Testing by ASAP
Oh,
Rocky,
yes.
the prettiest guy in rap.
Oh yeah, I think the one of the prettiest men in the world.
The only guy that looks good and while he's smoking. Everyone else is ugly when they smoke. Not ASAP Rocky,
No,
and that's it off the top of my head. This had
pretty
good
man in the
songs
world. Yeah,
throughout.
yeah.
From Distorted Records, a great opener. To
Yes. I heard it yesterday. It came on. I wasn't sure what it was, and I was like, "This is either gonna be a really cool rock song or a really cool alternative rap song," and it was Distorted Records, and I was like, "Ah, it's good."
and the way he chopped up the single to it being a good single anyway, but then it had the T.I. intro and the Kid Cudi verse,
Mm-hmm.
and the way it used the Proclaim sample. Tony Tone's fire. You got Praise the Lord on there. You got Frank Ocean rapping his ass off on the closer over that Lauryn Hill sample. I mean, god damn, this is a
And
good album.
Moby as well.
You got Moby, you got Dev Hynes,
Ah,
and yet this album got nothing but hate or people just saying, yeah, it's alright.
I don't get it. Like, he was trying out a new sound, and it worked. It was. I agree with you entirely, Tom. This did not receive worthy of people. Yeah, and I've been listening to it throughout the year as well. And I think we these are two good projects to finish on, as well as just a good topic, underappreciated. Because this year, I mean, with music becoming ever more accessible, it's easier to make, it's easier to produce, it's even easier to disseminate, and with that, people are becoming far more vapid, and they really need to appreciate the albums and the music that they have access to now. And doing what we're doing here, a yearly review, you go over what you've listened to, and you really try and whittle it down. You come back to some of these, you just lift up that stone. Oh, I remember that. It was bloody amazing, you know?
And then when the songs that you love come back on, and you're just like, yeah, what a time to be alive.
Indeed.
Because because a lot of good music did come out this year that we not even got the chance to touch on today. But
No. Yeah.
just don't forget
I
what you
hope
loved.
there's a vinyl release of Testing. I get that.
So thank you, ASAP. Thank you, Vince.
You
Well
guys
done
are
to all the
amazing.
winners.
Mhm.
And if you didn't make it on the list for whatever reason, try better this year.
Yeah.
And who knows?
Perhaps you may. Dial It 2 coming 2019. Okay, guys. We'll see you
Confirmed.
later. Goodbye.
Peace out.
I'm sorry.